Yeah, and not every one of my friends or everyone in my inner circle is going to be my go-to source for every topic.
Right.
That's they, some are more holistic with me. I think Mindy would fit into that category. Shane would fit into that category. Someone
Mm-hmm.
who I've developed a rapport with that has created a better sense of friendship and trust along the
Right.
way. And I think there are some people that I might only hit three of the five, or
Right.
if it's a financial, they may not know anything about friendship, but other than the connection that they may have with me. But you want to go to the best source, and like you said, I think some of it is sort of trust and verify
Right.
along the way. It's kind of like shopping for clothes. I've tried clothes on at the store, and I really wanted that to work, but it really wasn't a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so now it sits in my closet unworn. And I was just hoping that it would fit better later, or something along that line. And it's just, it looks good on the rack. It looks good in your mind. And so sometimes friends are like that. They may be
Right.
good friends, but it's not necessarily the best fit for the role
Right.
and the goals that you might have for the impact and influence that you're looking for. And it needs to be, there are mentors who may be a little bit more one way, but I think what really is crucial for us is to have that mutual friend where it is the iron sharpening iron, where we're challenging each other, we make each other better, we're holding each other accountable, but we're also there to lift them up and be lifted up when we need
Mm-hmm.
that helping hand, that encouragement. And they also let us kind of run off at the mouth.
Yep.
It's easy in our coaching world to say, well, don't say those negative things. But, I think we needed a good 5, 10, 15 minutes sometime. Just let it out, own it,
Mhm.
embrace it, and just boom. And it's a release valve that they might not get anywhere else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even with a spouse, sometimes you don't want them to feel bad for the way you feel, because in your heart of hearts, that it's just a temporary thing. And so
Sure.
you don't want to do harm to that relationship or perception of that relationship. But yeah, you've got to be careful where you go for advice. Family can be a good source. My mom doesn't get what I do. My family outside my wife, and I think my boys might understand, but to a greater extent. My mom thinks I should go get a job with the post office. It's secure, it's safe,
Yeah.
it's civil servant.
Yep.
Uh, she doesn't understand the risk mindset,
Mm-hmm.
the educational and the coaching mindset as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's so there are some things I would hear from her, but on a large scale, with what I do with my career and my personal development, probably not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear. I'm not saying don't go to your family for anything. Like, let's be clear. No, no. What I'm saying is there's a time and place for everyone. If I need photography advice, I'm going to my mother because she's an expert photographer. If I'm looking for real estate, I'll go to my brother because he's been in that industry for years. Family can be a great asset, but the point I'm trying to make is that don't think that just because they're family and just because they're close friends that you need to go to them, but
Right.
choose the best people. So the fact that you go to your wife for business and that's amazing and that's brilliant, 100%. Totally do that. I run a lot of my stuff by my wife, Shayna, because you know what? She's my partner, not just in life, she's my partner in business. There are certain things I don't need to run by her because what does she know? What does she care? Etc. But 100%, it is about finding the right people for the right thing in every matter.
Yeah, yeah. I think
No.
I was sharing with it's a college that I actually attended as a student, and then later went back and taught at. They're under new leadership, and they're creating some strategic vision, and they've got uh, educational consulting companies coming in to give them advice on this, that, and the other. And I've been around the block long enough to see consulting companies go, hawking their products and their services, money out, but no real change.
Right.
And so I just kind of put it out there. Let's have a conversation first. And I said, let me just see if I can help you with the right questions.
Right.
I don't necessarily promise that I have all the right answers, but that's not important. I think you do. If I ask the right questions to lead you to those discoveries and help you work with your team to get those team members to share their ideas openly and freely as well. And one of the things I said is, bottom line, I don't have a dog in the fight. Even though eventually it might become a paid, partnership alliance in a coaching client relationship, but it depends on how that vested that advisor is in regard to their bias. And that's where I think family, because they do have their fears. My mom wants me to get a job at the post office because she wants security for me.
Right.
But that's her stuff. I don't have that same fear or drive that she does. And I think, as I'm looking at the comments on here, Rick mentioned about your question a while ago, many bosses don't want to give career advice because that appears as a threat to their position. Well, they've got a dog in the fight. They may not want you to, they don't want you to rise to a certain level. But I think mentors, the inner circle, leaders all together as a larger group, they understand that when the tide rises, it raises all ships.
Exactly.
And it's not going to do me any good to burn your ship. It's not going to make my ship any better or higher. But sometimes people do give advice that way, and that's what you have to be wary of. Some of the worst advice I've gotten has been close friends. They were close friends because of the proximity, maybe through college and so forth, but not necessarily because we still shared a lot of common goals. I think as you evolve and grow and transform, those inner circles change. They're still my friends. I still like them. They like me, but that's not who I go to.